Then throw me
smack dab in the middle. Hey, make me smack dab in the middle. Tell me, baby, in the middle. Hey,
rock and roll to satisfy my soul.
rock and roll to satisfy my soul. It's Joe Williams and Count Basie bringing us in on this Preservation Thursday. Hey,
Room house and some barbecue. And 50
chick's not over 22. Hey, got barbecue and chicks. What else you want? It's hot August nighttime, ladies and gentlemen. Hot August night is opened up. We got the cars. Yeah, we got the cars. We got the girls. We got the dancing going on in the street, the barbecue. Everything's going on in Reno right now. Of course, Preservation Thursday brought to you by that cutie pie back there in the Richmond, Virginia area, standing me up, Kim Savage, standing me up on the prom here come Saturday night because she ain't got here yet. She ain't told me. Give her a call. Let her know. She got to come to the dance. She got to come to the dance. Hey, 804-539-4333, Women at Work Incorporated. You got yourself property management needs. You got yourself property preservation needs. You got yourself property needs. Hey, get a hold of that girl. She can help. She can help. She got some good stuff there. Good work going on. Good work going on. Quick review of our watch list. It grows so fast. I don't know how to handle it. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. Crazy. In the past couple weeks, I've reviewed a few contracts I cannot endorse. We go look. The looker agreement. The looker agreement. Are you a looker? Are you a looker? Hey, we're a looker. You a looker? Are you a looker? I couldn't believe it when I saw that. I really did. I thought it was like a dating site or something when somebody sent it to me. Looker agreement. You gotta give them kudos for originality. That's a catchy little name. That's a catchy name. Titan Property Solutions, Corbin Transformations, Purdy Enterprises. Of course, Purdy Enterprises discriminating illegal clauses in their contracts. Best Assets and Guardian Asset Management, of course. And we got some more that we're going to be talking about just in a bit. Why can I not endorse these contracts? Because there is way too much control for me to be comfortable with. The contracts that I have read by these companies control you, your actions, what you do, when you do, how you do it, who you do it with. They want you to wear identification badges. They have dress codes. They have conduct codes, ethic codes. This is an employee status. Why they don't want to acknowledge, why they do not want to acknowledge, and I'm going to tell you something here, 2015, in a 2015 memo, links in the description, go get them. In a 2000, let me see if I can pull it up here. Where are my downloads? I downloaded it. Yes, I did. I downloaded it because I had to talk about it with you all this morning. Hang on. Trade vendor agreements. The new generation of trade vendor agreements. It's on the NAMFS website, ladies and gentlemen, and they're talking about how to do wording. I want you to look at something here. They are talking. This is what they have. I'm going to read this. When reviewing a trade vendor agreement, it is important to pay close attention to the language that defines your rights as a service provider. Again, notice, they're using the term, this is NAMFS, using the word service provider. I want you to remember that for a minute because I have long said you're a service provider in this industry, not an independent contractor. Okay. Examples of such language are waiver of right to lien properties for unpaid services. Here we have NAMFS telling their members to put an illegal waiver in a contract. Hold harmless language that transfers liability to the vendor. So now they're telling their members to say, hey, don't make it your fault, make it their fault. Make it their fault. It's not your fault. You're a member of NAMFS. It cannot be your fault. It has to be their fault. I don't know. Liability assessment at the sole discretion of the client. Remember, that's not your client. They're a middle man. They're a cheap, lazy, no good, dog butthole smelling piece of garbage because they don't have the guts to put a company together and go do the work. All they can do is sit on their butt and transfer the work. I'm too lazy to get my fingernail dirty. I just have to push a button and transfer the work to you and take some money from you so you can't make it all. I get to make money by pushing the button and transferring the work to you. That's what NAMFS members do. That's what they do. Vendor chargeback policies. Hello, Joseph Hummel effect. Extended payment terms or paid when they get paid language. First and foremost, paid when we get paid. We'll pay you when we get paid. That's illegal. They cannot do that. If it's in the thing, the contract's no good. That's something to throw out. We've been talking contracts for a bit. And why have we been talking contracts? Because moi, yours truly, did the big bozo no. Entered into a business relationship with a quote-unquote friend without a contract. Needless to say, there isn't a friendship. And usually when situations like this happen, you find out just how real a friend that person was. When you work 16 months for somebody with no benefits, no payments into your Social Security, no payments on workman's comp, no payments into Medicaid, no payments into unemployment insurance, you kind of leave yourself hanging in the wind, which is what I did. However, because of that quote-unquote friend thing going on, contract wasn't necessary. Or was it? Again, fortunately, because I was doing something to promote Alladay Organic Farms, Alladay LLC, Alladay Mobile Media Studio into a new arena, I documented everything. So when this guy thinks that he can just push me out of here without any compensation, nope, just pack your stuff up and go, he's sadly mistaken. I have documentation. And oh, by the way, one of the things that I didn't say last week when we were talking about this, how do you record? How do you, do something? I also have witnesses. I also have witnesses that have signed affidavits justifying what I've said. And the thing is, and this is what will come out in court when we go to court, is who the actual property owner is and when did said liability transfer. I had an injury on this property, a physical injury that limited my physical abilities for 120 days. I wasn't able to go make money. I wasn't able to do anything, but yet that's a wash. Think about it when you're talking contracts. Here's the deal about a contract, ladies and gentlemen. Here's the deal about a contract. You have to balance expectations and liabilities with compensation. That's first and foremost. Okay? When I started looking around and when I started looking at what's going on with these trade vendor agreements, they're a contract. They're a contract. They can dress the duck any way they want. It's not an agreement. It's a contract. You and another person or a third party, everybody involved in a contract, has to have mutuality of agreement. Every contract, the elements on a contract, there are agreed expectations, not just one side, like NAMFS members have. They expect you to do all this. There's agreed liabilities. There's agreed compensation. Mutuality of agreement. All those elements have to be in a contract or the contract is poppycock. And that, my friends, is what is going on in the property preservation industry with the membership of NAMFS. It is a multi-layered deal there, man. It creates nothing but graft. It creates fraud. Speaking of fraud, up to the minute fraud reporting, foreclosurepedia.org, foreclosurepedia.org. Got some stuff over there. Industry scuttlebutt. This is good. The HUD OIG office investigating members of NAMFS. Say it ain't so, Joe. Say it ain't so. Is there actually an investigation maybe going to happen? It's scuttlebutt. I'm sure we're going to hear more. HUD, OIG, keep it in mind. Investigating NAMFS members. Which one? Who's having their door knocked on today? That's what I'm talking about. Speaking of fraud, and as long as we're on the criminal element, Purdy Enterprises contract. No good. It's got too much stuff in it, and oh, by the way, this is a huge red flag, ladies and gentlemen. When you see a contract that says, hey, you can't talk about us, you can't say anything bad about us, you can't do this about us, you can't write blah, 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 blah. Why is that a red flag? If I can't say anything negative about you, if I can't talk to my lawyer about you stealing my money, why do I want to work with you? That clause right there, ladies and gentlemen, that tells me they're going to steal your money, period. And then they're going to try to sue you because you want to go get your money. It says the clause in their contract stipulated that you could only speak the truth about Purdy Enterprises. What if the truth is you're a thieving bastard? What if the truth is Thomas and Lila are thieves? What if the truth is Thomas and Lila stole my money on an illegal back charge? What if that's the truth? I'm not saying they're thieves. I'm just saying, what if that is the truth? You can't say it? Now they're going to be thought police, speech, that they can't do that. It's illegal. It's unconstitutional, for crying out loud. How their attorneys allowed that clause to pass muster in their contract, they need to pull their heads out of their butts, and then they need to go hire real attorneys. Sorry, folks. That's not good. That is not good. Not good at all. Forehand field inspection. Are they robbing and steal people with CLD? Never heard of these companies. Where'd they come from? How are they getting a contract with anybody to sub work out so they can steal from you? Ladies and gentlemen, look. Last week I addressed something where a guy was saying, it's none of your business. I think his name was Ryan Etzel. Ryan Etzel, you're full of crap. It is my business because I need to know if you're going to pay me. In this industry, it is everybody's business how many hands this work is passing through. And you're one of the people that need to get out of the middle because you're a leech on the industry. You're a scab on the industry when you start thinking like that and telling people it doesn't matter. That tells me you're in the middle of the food chain taking food from people that don't deserve to have their food taken. That's what it tells me. You're nothing but a lazy chump. Remember this, ladies and gentlemen. Always remember this. I don't care what these contracts say. I do not care what the contract says. Subject matter jurisdiction is always where the event occurs. And in the property preservation, the event occurs where the work is done. Where the work is completed is subject matter jurisdiction. So the bozo in Jacksonville, Florida, telling you that you have to come to Florida to arbitrate the case is a liar. It's not correct. It's not correct. If that work is done in Cheyenne, Wyoming, Jackson Hole, Wyoming, that's subject matter jurisdiction. And guess what? Your courts are going to be a lot friendlier than that Florida court. You're the one getting hurt. You're the citizen of that community getting beat down, not the clown in Florida. Always remember that, ladies and gentlemen. Subject matter jurisdiction. One of the things that I'm seeing a lot more of, I'm seeing a lot more people start taking a little different tone, a little different stand in this industry now. We're seeing a different attitude come across. More and more people are liening properties. Remember, they can't make you waive a lien before you do the work. To make you waive a lien to accept a work order is illegal almost in every state. It is actually a crime. International Association of Field Service Technicians, ladies and gentlemen, is it right for your company? Go give them a look-see. IAFST.org. Go look at what they have to offer as a trade organization. See what they do. They stand with labor. They stand with management. They have real estate agents and brokers involved in the industry, in their trade association. They have every element of the preservation industry in their organization. They don't just have management trying to steal from you. Speaking of management stealing from you, MFS. Don't you just love competition? Don't you just love competition? $120 on the website. They got this 4x8 sheets of polycarbonate, our top secret formula. We have a patent. We have secure view. $99. From $120 to $110 to $99. Can Lowe's come in at $95? Can Lowe's come in at $90? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you something. Forget going and buying all this stuff from them. Go, if you have a business license, start developing business relationships in your community. Go find a glass shop. Tell them what you're doing. You're going to be able to use your business license number to purchase materials. If you're going to help them, they're going to help you. They'll give you at cost. You won't have to pay tax. You're a business. Work with other businesses in your community. Develop your own network in your community. I'll bet you money. I will bet you money right now that you can go down to the local glass shop. You can buy the product the size you need. They will cut it for you right there. You can go install that, and you're going to spend less money. You're not going to have the waste that you're going to have with the method that's going on in the industry now. Where are you going to put the waste? You can't throw that crap away. You can't throw it. It's a polycarbonate. It doesn't rot. You have to take it to be reground into a plastic shop. So think about a lot of stuff like that, ladies and gentlemen. Develop. They can't make you buy. As you can see, competition is good. It's good for the industry. It started at $120. Now it went to $110 when Home Depot, and now it's $99. And oh, by the way, I would rather give Home Depot the extra $10 than spending $99 and saving $10 with MFS. Why? MFS is Safeguard. They're the same people. Same people. MFS is Safeguard. Your choice. Your choice. You want to support the thieving Jewish mafia? That's your business. But that's what you're supporting when you deal with MFS. You're supporting Safeguard. Whether you work for them or not, you're helping them steal from other people. I saw something come across the desk. I'm going to close out with this. Just some food for thought. A guy named Kelsey, I believe, if I'm wrong, because Kelsey could be a male, female name. I'm not sure if it's a lady or a gentleman there. But they said something about 75 work orders. I can't believe that we did 75 work orders wrong. Well, here's the problem with that whole scenario right there that I see. And this is what I would have asked. First, I would have asked my immediate supervisor, and that's the cubicle monkey that you get a call from every day. They call the vendor manager. I would have asked to speak to their supervisor. And then I would have asked, this is what I would have asked. 75 work orders. After the first 5 or 6 work orders, how come that didn't trigger a phone call to your company? Number one. How come you weren't getting a hold of my company after 5 or 6 work orders came in that were bad? I'm doing them wrong. How come you're not correcting them? Number one. Number two, who QC'd these work orders? Who made the decision that they were done incorrectly? What was that person's training? What is their training to how are they qualified to make the decision that your work is no good? What did they go through? What kind of training program? What kind of internal QC program or stuff? What does that company have that that person who says that made that decision that those work orders were bad? What is their training? What qualifies them to say your work is bad? By looking at photographs. How are they trained to what are they trained to see? Did you ask those questions? Did you ask to speak to a supervisor up the food chain on this and find out why this department over here isn't talking with this department over here to instruct the cubicle monkey to get back in touch with you and say, hey, we have a problem in Gotham. We have to fix this now. Why did they wait to take your money after 75 work orders? That, to me, is a huge red flag. I don't know what company did that. I think it might be, I'm not sure what company did that to this person. But file liens. I would be filing 75 liens. The company's probably going to get a fine per lien, and the lien will be more than the money they owe you. I guarantee you that. When they're done with the fines and everything, because this is how it works. Not only can you lien the property in question, the guilty party, which is cheating you out of your money, they're going to have to pay a fine on each lien. Always remember that. There's always fines. There's always fine. Those are the type of questions. When these companies, those are questions that I would be asking. If you're going to deny my work order because a QC issue or whatever, I want to know who trained you to see what in the photographs. I'm going to want to know what your quality control policy is. I'm going to want to know all the rules, all the regulations of how the workflow goes into your system, who gets to look at it, who in that food chain, who in that process is the decision maker, and who trained that decision maker. We'll go right up the ladder to the guy that signs the checks for that company if I have to. But I'm going to get every single one of them involved. Every single one of them becomes a witness against their own company because they're cheating you out of your money. The question of the week, is vendor another word for employee? In my humble opinion, yes, it is, ladies and gentlemen. And we talked about this, the trade vendor agreements. In speaking with a representative of the DPLO law firm, this is the general language of a contract in the property preservation industry actually started changing to the word vendor around 2007 is what I've been hearing around the industry. Again, vendor, employee, are they one and the same? In my humble opinion, at this current time with specificity to the property preservation industry, yes, they are. Why? Because the courts have ruled, the federal courts have ruled something that NAMFS wants to deny, ignore, and make go away, but they can't. By law, you're an employee. Start asking for your benefits, folks. Start asking for your benefits. It's real simple. It's not rocket scientist. Hey, if you're an employee, you got stuff, you got things coming. You got things coming. Hey, Best Bid Solutions. That girl, she's doing some good stuff. I think Danielle and her friend. Let me see if I can pull them up real quick. I don't have a number on them, but it's somewhere in Oklahoma. somewhere in Oklahoma. Yes, it is. Oh, maybe it's over on the other place here. I'm not sure. But, okay, hang on 1 minute. I got it in another folder. It's Best Bid Solutions, 405-782-5098. Danielle, get a hold of her. She can help you out with those bids. They got a pretty good turnaround, 2 to 7 days. That's not bad on bids. Getting bids approved. She submits a bids pretty good over there. Again, Women at Work Incorporated, Richmond, Virginia area. 804-539-4333. Women at Work. She can get your preservation needs. She can get your property maintenance needs. She can do it all. She can do it all. She's got a good company going on there. Of course, up to the minute fraud reporting in the property preservation industry. It is foreclosurepedia.org. Foreclosurepedia.org. Hey, who knows? Maybe we get a investigating thing going on out here on the West Coast here. We're getting ready to make some moves, getting ready to do a few things. Going to have some more videos coming out, excuse me, here in the next week. Probably the next 10, 12, 14 days or so here, start pushing new videos out, new promotions, and showing the direction we're going to go. I got some great negotiations going on right now with the old wood shop and a farmer needs a dirt maker, so we're negotiating. He's getting a piece of property. He wants to develop some sustainable agriculture stuff. So we'll see what happens. Here. You never know. You got to leave the door open. If you're going to be negotiating on things. So remember this: when negotiating. It's something that I've done this past week. I've shut the hell up. I haven't said a word, and I'm not going to yet. I will wait until that person comes back and says a word, and then, when negotiating, sometimes it's better to get up and walk out of the room when you reach that point where nobody's budging. It's better to get up and walk out of that room. Let it go for a minute. Let everybody's head clear, and then come back and approach it again. Or let that person come knock on the door. You don't always, when you're negotiating, you don't always have to have a result today. Look at our healthcare system. It's a massive negotiation. We got all these idiots in Washington making millions of dollars getting free healthcare, arguing over our healthcare. Talk about an oxymoron scenario. But it's always a negotiation, ladies and gentlemen. And the minute there is no more negotiating, you're an employee. And I'm going to ask Craig Carnes one more time. I'm going to ask him again here today. Maybe we all need to start asking Craig Carnes. Maybe we all need to start sending him an email. Why is the work in Nevada being awarded to a company in Texas that cannot do the work in Nevada? Mr. Carnes, Best Asset Management cannot physically do the work in Nevada. Now they've handed it off to a company in Pennsylvania. Now they've handed it off to a company that has members of a thieving company that was cheating HUD. Maybe they're the ones get under investigation, OIG, that scuttlebutt we hear. I don't know. I'm not saying. What I am saying to Mr. Carnes, though, is why isn't the office in Reno and Las Vegas finding local companies to do the work HUD needs done? Why aren't our taxes are paying for those offices? Let's utilize those offices and that personnel better. Just a little more efficient. That's all we're asking. We're not asking for a miracle here. We're just asking. That's it. Let's see here. I'm going to write us out again with Joe Williams, Count Basie, smack dab in the middle. Foreclosurepedia.org, ladies and gentlemen. Up to the minute fraud reporting. If you like what you hear, give us a thumbs up. Hey, subscribe to the station. We'll have something on the weekend wrap. We got stuff on the weekend wrap. If you're a non-GMO, get a hold of Zen Honeycut, Moms Across America. It's going around the world. It's moms around the world now. That drop-dead gorgeous gal, Sheena Alexandra, down there in the Wellness Bondi Radio gal, Wellness Radio host. She's on Moms America now, too, so it's around the world. It's around the world. New Zealand, Australia, down under. They're around the world. They're joining Moms Across America. Non-GMO, Zen Honeycut. Look her up, man. She'll get you squared away, and she'll get you on the path to eating healthy. Definitely eating healthy. Again, ladies and gentlemen, if you like what you hear, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to the station. That's how it works. Try to make a buck. You never know. Hey, you got a sustainable agriculture program? You got a contract clause you want looked at? You got a contract you want kind of reviewed? It's not a problem. Send them over, and we'll take a look at them. Again, when you look at these contracts, you have to determine how much control is in them. How much control is involved in these contracts? When looking to affiliate your company with another company, look at that company. What kind of scuttlebutt is on them? What kind of, what's in the background? Are they going to represent your best interest? Is the company going to stand up for you? I can honestly say NAMFS does not stand up for all their members. They only stand up for the money-grubbing members, the pecuniary greed members. And if you think I'm lying, ask Garrett Donovan. When AMS stole $22,000 from him, he had to go lien all the properties, and management, NAMFS, did nothing. NAMFS told him, that's between you and them. You guys are just members. We don't do that. Garrett says, well, what about your ethics clause? This is kind of unethical what they're doing. Oh, no, it's not. No, it's not. IAFST, ladies and gentlemen, take a look at them. Take a look at them. I'm not saying that's the company for you. That's the organization for you. What I'm saying is they offer something different. They're bringing they're bringing all the players to the table. They're offering something different. Take a look and make that decision. Is this company right for my company? Is this an affiliation I want with my company? I'm hearing good stuff on them. We're hearing good stuff on them. Thursday. It is Preservation Thursday. It's 6:57 a.m. on the West Coast. Hey, August 10th, 7 a.m. on the West Coast. We're going to have a great day. Let's have a good time. Let's all be safe out there.